is like my fourth time filming this video, and I still haven't gotten it right. But it's cool, man. It's fine. Alright, so I have a story. I have a story also, I just have some things I need to get off my chest. I need to just rant. And why not do that on the internet? Am I right? Alright, so first I'm going to read this thing that I posted on my Instagram, and then I'm gonna get into the story. It'll be easier if I read this thing first. Yeah. Okay. Dear Lee, I have known you my whole life. You were my first and longest friendship. We used to do everything together at the boys' baseball games. We shared so many memories from those days. We grew apart once baseball had ended, but then came together again in 9th grade when we watched the premiere of American Horror Story together. Your mom and my dad are almost as close as we were. Summer going into high school, we did so much crazy shit together. We would literally spend weeks at each other's house. Your mom became my mom. Steve became your dad. Your house was like a second home to me. In 9th grade, we were inseparable because we finally were going to the same school, and that made me so happy. My one true friend, my sister, and I finally going to the same school. Then summer going into 10th grade, you broke up my boyfriend and I. You stopped being friends with me. This crushed me. It felt like the world was over. You made me feel I was in the wrong for what you did. I spent that whole summer in my room crying every day because of how upset I was over losing you. Steve hurt to know how much you hurt me. He hated seeing me in the state I was in so desperately. He wanted to make things right between us, but he knew he couldn't. Then, in the middle of 10th grade, we came together again, forgave and forgot about that summer. We were sisters again. I was so down for you. I would have backed you up on anything. I never wanted to lose our friendship again, even though all the time you hurt me, I still came back because the time we had put into our friendship made me never want to give up on it. Then you started dating Eli this summer. I was busy a lot, so we didn't see each other much until that one day I came home from New York. We decided to adventure out into Lexington to see your mans and the boy who I fell for, even though we never really talked or got to know each other. I'm not afraid to admit that yes, things with me and him fell through, but I recently found out that he never even wanted to date me. In fact, Eli told me he doesn't even date girls, he just fucks them and moves on to the next. He set me up with a boy who never even wanted me. Thanks for the embarrassment. And I posted another one because I was not able to finish what I wanted to say on that one. Eli had snapped me about surprising you at the first football game for y'all's 2-month. That was a mistake. You broke up with him later that night. Then I took you and your friend to the Carolina game on my gas money. You didn't offer to pay for anything. You didn't even offer to pay for parking. Then when we had no plans, you asked me to call Eli and ask him where he was, and so I did because you asked. Then we linked up with him, and you had a bitchy attitude towards me the whole time we were with him. I'm not sure what happened to you after McLean. You changed. You're a different person now. I look at you and don't see the girl I grew up with. This is someone different. Someone's trying so hard to be something she is not. Stop that. Everyone sees through your act. I loved you so much. I loved you like my own blood. I considered you as blood. You never have trusted me around your boyfriends, and I'm not sure why, because like I said, you were my sister, and I would never have ever thought to sleep with your mans or your ex-mans, because I would have felt guilty as hell, and I knew you would never do anything like that to me, and I would never have done anything like that to you. You have trust issues. I don't know if it's with everyone or just me. This is a farewell to the friendship we shared. The memories are great. I thank you for all the good times, all the laughs, all the inside jokes, for everything you did for me, even though it wasn't much. Have a good life. Maybe one day, far, far, far down the line, we can make up, but for now, I can't deal with someone who is immature and doesn't trust me. Farewell, best friend. Farewell, sister. Farewell, stranger. This fight broke my heart. You broke my heart. This goes to show that everyone you think will be there for you never is. They always switch up. They always get mad at you for shit you didn't do. They never are loyal forever. And I posted one more because I still wasn't done. Lee, if you see this, I'm sorry for anything I might have said that offended you. I'm sorry you think I slept with your ex. I'm sorry that you can't accept the truth and need a reason to be mad at me. I hope you listen to what I'm saying because I told the 100% truth in those videos. Don't try to text me a ways down the road to be my friend again. I'm not waiting up for you. If I think we can be friends again, I'll be in touch, but I'm assuming it's going to take time for you to forgive. I'm assuming it's going to take some time for me to forgive what has happened this time. Ella, your ex-sister. So yeah, let's get into the story now. So, I was friends with this girl named Lee, and we have been friends for like 12 years. I'm 16, she's 16. We started being friends when we were like 4 years old because our brothers played travel baseball together. And so we'd be hanging out at their baseball games. We'd be staying in the same hotel rooms when we would travel places where we couldn't like stay at our houses. We rode to like Disneyland. No, which one's in Florida? We rode to that Disney place together. One time in her mom's Hummer, me, my mom, her, and her mom, we were inseparable when we were really young like that. And then when our brothers kind of like outgrew travel baseball and like moved on to like different baseball things, we didn't hang out as much because they weren't on the same team and whatnot, and we didn't go to the same elementary school or the same middle school. And so I'd say maybe in like first or second grade maybe is when we kind of grew apart because I don't know. Travel baseball ended pretty much though, and we stopped hanging out as much, stopped seeing each other all the time, and we did not talk for a good couple of years. And then in 8th grade, like I said, we watched the premiere of American Horror Story, and we like picked up on our friendship like nothing had ever, like we had seen each other for those years we hadn't, you know? Like, you know those friends when you like, if you haven't like seen them for a really long time, you like meet up with them and like everything's like still the same as it was, you know? Like it was like that. Like we were tight. And so, yeah. And then summer going into 9th grade, I'm trying to think of. Okay. Summer going to 9th grade, we literally would spend like days and like weeks at each other's house, like not leave, like pack like suitcases of like clothes to like stay at each other's houses because we knew that we'd be like staying for a period of time, you know? And my dad like became her dad, like her mom became like my second mom, like my house became her house became my house, and we were just always together, you know? And then I thought that was gonna be a cough, but it was a burp. Lovely. Anyways, so I keep losing my train of thought. Okay, back to where I was. So yeah, like I said, summer going 9th grade, we literally hung out all the freaking time. And then I had before 9th grade, before we had entered 9th grade, I had shared some details about my. Okay. I had shared her some secrets. We'll just say I told her some secrets about myself and about some of my activities at the time. I just shared her with her some secrets, you know, as you would do with your best friend. And okay, so school started, 9th grade started. I'm sorry, I'm so scatterbrained. Like literally cannot keep a solid thought. Anyways, so 9th grade started, and I went to a high school that I wasn't zoned for. Like I went to a middle school. I went to the middle school that my mom worked at, and then because like why would I not, you know? And so I didn't end up going to the high. Well, actually, I was zoned for that high school, but I went to a middle school that I wasn't zoned for. So when I went to high school, I didn't know anybody really. I knew like a few people because I went to elementary school with them, but other than that, I knew like no one. I knew Lee. She was my pal, you know? And so I got in high school, and everyone knew my name. Everyone knew me as a hoe. And I don't know for certain if it was her who had expressed these details out to the public, but I'm just assuming it was, just because she's not a secret keeper. She can't keep secrets. And so, yeah. I assume now that it was her. At the time, I did not assume it was her because, like I said in that thing in the beginning, I literally tried so hard to keep this friendship going. Like, I wanted it to fucking thrive. I did not want it to end. And so, yeah. So yeah, and then so yeah, um, ninth grade, halfway through like ninth grade, I started dating this boy. We will call him Max, and I could do a whole fucking video on Max. I have so many stories about that boy. It's ridiculous. Anyways, and so me and this boy had started dating, and I did this thing. I'm not going to tell what this thing is in case my parents see this. But yeah, so I did this thing that Max did not agree with. He didn't like it. He did not want me doing it. But when we first started dating, he made it sound out to be that he didn't care about it, or he didn't like care that I did it. He did it too. He made it sound out to be, which is a lie, bitch. He lied to me. Anyways, so it was. I'm making this video so long, so much longer than it needs to be. I need to stay on track. Anyways, so yeah, I did this thing. He didn't like it. We ended up breaking up like 2 weeks after we had started dating because of it. And then like 2 weeks went by and we were both really sad without each other. Aw, teen love. Anyways, and so then we started dating again, and we dated for like 4 or 5 months after the first time we had broken up. And it was like the first week of skipping ahead. It was like the first week of summer, going into 10th grade year, and my friend group consisted of me, Lee, and this other girl. And they decided to tell that it was time for him to know that I was still doing the thing he did not like that he did. Because I need to say this real quick. One of his rules, I guess you could say, for us to date again, was that I had to stop doing the thing. And so I said that I had stopped doing the thing, and I hadn't stopped doing the thing, which was a lie. I understand why this man broke up with me, because I was a lying ass bitch when I told him that I had stopped, and I didn't. So yeah, sorry about that. So yeah, they decided it was time for him to know that I was doing the thing again. Like, didn't come to me and tell me that I should tell him myself and that I should confront him about it. They just decided it was time for him to know, and they told him, and he broke up with me. Fun. And I can't remember if something between me and the girls had happened for us to stop being friends, but we like cut ties. Like, we stopped being friends. Lee and I stopped being friends. The other girl and I stopped being friends. Max and I fucking broke up. And I spent that whole summer devastated. Literally so depressed. Literally would stay in my room 24/7 and watch Netflix and just cry. Like, would not get out of bed. Would only get out of bed to like eat or like shower or like pee. But other than that, I wasn't getting out of the house. I wasn't hanging out with people. I literally was staying in my room and being a fucking sad little loner bitch. And my dad was literally so sad for me. Like, one time, I remember one night he came in and I had like just gotten to, I was like, I was crying or something, or it was like apparent that I had been crying, and he was like, I'm so sorry, like, if I could take all this pain away, like, I would. Like, he was so upset. He was more upset than I was, like, honestly. Like, Steve, what are you doing? Anyways, and so, yeah, that happened. And then, it's the 10th grade started, and I still was like a little loner ass bitch until like halfway through the school year, when me and Lee decided to be friends again. And by this time I had started like driving, and I had a job and whatnot, and so I was busy like all the time. I was either like working, or I was sleeping, because Lord knows I don't get enough sleep, or I was just busy. Like, you know, she was busy, I was busy. We both had like our own lives. We weren't like as close as we had been like in like ninth grade and like 8th grade, but we were like still closer than your typical like just friend would be, you know? And so yeah. What am I doing next with this? Oh, yeah. So she starts dating this boy. Summer comes around, summer going into 11th grade year comes around, and this summer comes around, and I was literally so busy all summer. I was either working, I was either passing out because of health issues that I will get into a little later, or was traveling. And so I had taken a trip to New York with my dad, And I came home, like, okay, so I had this trip to New York, and we were there for like, did you hear that? We were there for like a week maybe, and then I was gonna be home for like one day, and then the next day I was leaving for Florida with my mom. And so, yeah, I came home. It was that like one day in between the two trips, and Lee had put something on her story that said, "Who wants to hang out?" And so of course I slid up, and I was like, "Let's hang, bruh." And so we hung out. I took her to Lexington to see her mans and to see the boy that she had set me up with that didn't even want to date me in the first place. Let me just say this. She made it sound out to be that he wanted to date me, and he wanted a baby girl, and he wanted a boo, and he wanted all of this shit, and didn't even want me. He just fucks girls and moves on to the next. Thanks for that, sis. Anyways, so yeah. So we were going out to go see them, and to get to there from my dad's house, it was like a 40-minute drive, but I was leaving from my dad's house to go there, but then coming back, I had to go to my mom's house because we were leaving for that trip in the morning. And so, yeah, we were doing that, and we hung out, we went to like a party thing after we had hung out with her boyfriend at work, and so we went to this little party shindig and whatnot, and it was getting kind of late. My mom was texting me. She was like, "Where are you?" I was like, "Oh my god, I'm all the way out in Lexington. We gotta go." And so, but we were going to this party thing, and I was wearing like a cropped long sleeve striped top, and then just like a pair of Norts, and then just I think like some Air Maxes or something. And then she was just wearing like a t-shirt and Norts, I think. I don't know. She needed something to wear though, was pretty much what I'm getting at. And my suitcase was already packed and stuff from New York, so it was already in my car, ready to go to Florida. And so I was like, I have clothes, like you can borrow some of mine and stuff. And so she was like, okay. And so I let her borrow an outfit. I think I let her borrow a bra too that she lost, which was a very nice, expensive Victoria's Secret bra that she fucking lost. And anyways, and so yeah, how do you lose a bra though? Like one thing, like how do you lose a bra? Anyways, and so yeah, we did that. We came home, and then I went to Florida, and then I came back from Florida, and school had started up again and whatnot, and well, let me just say something really quick because I don't want to say like the whole thing because like it's gonna waste time and it's not super important. But when I'd come home from Florida, the day I had come home, we went to Lexington to go to the lake or something with her boyfriend, and her boyfriend like picked her up and took her there. But since I was coming home from Florida, I came home, got my car, and then met them over there, and then drove her back on my dime. Anyways. Excuse me. I'm a man, I'm sorry. And so, yeah, school started, and Eli had asked me if I wanted to surprise her at the first football game for their 2-month, and of course I was like, yes, I'll surprise you. I'll help you surprise her and stuff. And so the day of football game comes around, and he Snapchats me and is like, hey, we have a problem. And I was like, what's up? And he was like, Lee told me that her mom found alcohol in her cheer bag, and she's grounded. And so I was like, okay. And he was like, that means that we like can't hang out after the game. And I was like, oh, shoot. And he was like, well, like, earlier that day, Lee had told me that she did not want to date this boy anymore. He was so annoying, so clingy, just all of this shit. And so, yeah. So we went to the game, and we ended up going to the game anyways because he was like, well, like we can't see her, but like we can still hang out if you want. And so I was like, okay, ladies, don't hang out with your friends' boyfriends unless they know about it. Word of advice. And so we go to the game, and we're sitting in the bleachers, and she is like down like with the cheer squad and whatnot, and they're cheering and woo, and and so she like looks up at us and she sees us, and I just see her face go from being like happy and like go team, to, oh my god, I'm gonna fucking kill you both. Like, just like that. And so I like looked at her, and like I don't know if she could tell that I was looking at her or whatnot, but yeah, she looked at me, and then I'm not going to assume that she, or I'm not going to say that she was talking about me and him to the rest of the cheer team, but she would go and like talk to some of the cheerleaders, and then like whoever she was talking to would like look up in like our direction, like literally stare like directly at us. So I just assume that like that's what they were talking about, but I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that. And so yeah, that happens, and whatnots, and yeah. Then halftime comes around, and we're like, she's mad at us. Like, there's no point in staying. Let's just leave. And so we leave, and that's that. And then like a week later, me and her decide we want to go tailgating at the Carolina game. And so we decide to go tailgating. And so I go and pick her up, and then I pick up one of her friends who lives like 15 minutes in the other direction of where we needed to go. And I pick her up. We go to the Carolina game. Carolina game was a total bust. Lee did not know what to do once we got down there. She asked me to call Eli to see where he was and stuff. And so I'm trying to like speed this up. And so yeah, she asks me to see where he is, and so I text him, of course, or call him and was like, "Hey, like what's up?" And he was like, "Hey, what's up?" And I was like, okay, so like we had been walking around for like 45 minutes just downtown, like trying to find something to do because we couldn't get into frat lots or anything like that because we were just 16. I look like a literal 11-year-old boy with this haircut, so like yeah, we weren't gonna be fooling anyone like that. And so yeah, I call him, or no, we were walking for like 45 minutes trying to find something to do. We didn't have any water. It was hot as fuck. We get to these railroad tracks, and I like I said, I have these health issues, and I like pass out sometimes just randomly. Sometimes it's like because of heat, because my blood sugar gets too low. Sometimes it just randomly happens. I could do a story time on that too about me passing out. The stories. Anyways, and so yeah, I was like, but now after like experiencing passing out and stuff, and like knowing how my body feels when I'm about to pass out, I can tell now like if I'm going to pass out, and like I can make myself like not, if I like chill for a second, you know. And so we were like walking and stuff, and I was like, we have to sit down, like I feel like I'm gonna pass out. Like I got super lightheaded really fast, and like for me, I don't know if it's like this for everyone, but like for me when I'm about to pass out, like I get super lightheaded, and then I get so hot to the point like, or like I feel like my body feels so like my, not my actual body temperature, but like just like this, but like my body just, or like in my head, I guess I just feel so hot that I'm like cold, you know. And so um yeah, and so I was like, we have to sit down, like I feel like I'm gonna pass out, like we have to sit down. And so then she asked me to like call Eli, see where he is and stuff. And so I like call him. I'm like, yo, what's up? Where you at? I feel like I'm gonna pass out. I'm thirsty as fuck. I'm hot as fuck. I have to pee like fuck. Where are you? And he was like, I'm in the game right now, but like I can take you to I can take you to the Budweiser company and we can chill there. And so I was like, okay. So we go to the Budweiser company, we chill. She's literally being so bitchy to me the whole time we are there. Finally, we decide to leave. And then we go back to the lady's house that I was dog sitting at. And then we get invited to this party downtown at this really, really nice apartment complex. And so we go to this party. It's like 4 guys sitting in a room. And then one of her other guy friends meets us there too. And we go to this party. And we're like, this shit lame as fuck. And so we end up going back to this other guy's house that she had invited there. I tell you his name, but I don't remember what it is. Lovely. And so yeah, we go to his house. Oh yeah, we get invited to his house. We go to his house, which his house is like 30 minutes from downtown. When like the lady's house I was going to was like 15 minutes from downtown. So wasting more of my gas. Anyways, so we get to this guy's house. I'm like, I gotta go. Like, I have to go let these dogs out. Like, I've been out for way too long. Like, I just need to go home and I need to go and just lay in bed. And so I left, and that was tailgating. And that brings me to now. So, um, mm, mm, mm. So, there's this girl that I particularly don't fuck with. I do not fuck with this girl. She is fake. She talks shit about so many people. She starts so much shit. Like, she's not a good person. I mean, I guess you can't say someone's not a good person because of those reasons, but she's just not a good friend, I guess you could say. Not a solid friend to have, okay? And me and Lee have known this girl just as long, maybe a little less because her brother didn't start playing travel baseball until later. And so yeah. So we've known her for like just as long. And I expressed to Lee how much I didn't like this girl, how much me and this girl were not friends, and all this because yeah. I just expressed to her like why I didn't like her. And also me and this girl have had plenty of runarounds with drama. So I just like I steer clear of her now. And I get this Snapchat from this girl one morning before school, and it says, I have a question. And at first I didn't respond. I literally didn't respond. She Snapchatted me that at 12:23 a.m. and I did not respond until 10:04 a.m. So, yeah. And I said, okay, what is it? And she said, I heard you don't like me. Why? And I said, LOL. And she said, LOL, you don't have a reason to, so? And I said, you fake. And she said, how? And I said, literally, why does it matter? It's not like we hang out or anything. People just don't get along with everyone. It's just life. Like, trying to be nice about it. Like, like trying to be a civilized, respectful person instead of just being like, you're a fucking bitch, you fucking start shit. Like, like how every other girl fights nowadays. And then she Snapchatted me. She waited and Snapchatted me this at lunch, which was a mistake on their part. So the way I would sit in the gym is like I would sit on like this side of the bleachers at like the top, and then like Lee and this girl would sit at like this side of the bleachers on the top. So we sat like parallel to each other. There was like the basketball court like in between us. So yeah. And I get this Snapchat. And it says, how am I fake when you're the one that tried to get with Eli after him and Lee broke up? And I said, laugh my ass off, that's hilarious, in all capital letters. And after I sent that, I stomped my ass down the bleachers, around the gym, up their side of the bleachers, and I go, I don't know who the fuck you think you are, but I don't want your sloppy fucking seconds. I never would want your sloppy fucking seconds. I wouldn't do that to you. Just like going off on them because I was so pissed. Because one, this is not the first boyfriend this girl has thought that I wanted to take of hers, And like even like they weren't even dating at this time, but still like I wouldn't try to go after your ex-boyfriend, one, without talking to you about it first, and two, I wouldn't be interested in someone that you've had. I don't want your sloppy seconds. I don't want anyone's sloppy seconds that I'm friends with, So, yeah. And so, yeah, I said that shit to them, and then they were like, okay. And I was just like, okay. And so I just like stomped my ass back down the stairs, back around the gym, and back up the other side of the stairs because I was so freaking pissed. And like, I'm not like a hostile person. Like, I don't get mad like super easily. At least not like that level. Like, that was like the first time I think I had reached that level of mad. Like, I was so mad. Like, I didn't even know what to do with myself. Like, my body was literally like shaking. I was so mad. Like, I got to the other side of the gym and I just sat and I was just like literally like that. And so then me and my dudes, my pals, all of my friends are guys. Like, girls are bitches. Sorry, but it's the truth. And so I got back to over there with them, and then the bell rung, and it was time for us to go back inside, or time for us to go back to class. And so the way we walked was like we walked by these set of stairs, and we walked by them every day. And even though school had not been in session, like, we walked there every day. I don't know what I just said about school being in session. It just kind of came out. Sorry. So yeah, we walked by the stairs, or we walked up those stairs every day. And today, Lee, I almost just said her real name, Lee and the girl who Snapchatted me were waiting by the stairs. And so we, like, walked by them, and, like, it was like all four of, like, my guy friends, and then, like, me. And then they were, like, there. And my computer, or, like, when you film on, like, a Mac, it's like, well, I guess it's like this when you film on, like, any computer, or anything, really. I guess it's, like, mirrored, and I can't tell how to move my hands, so that probably just made no sense. I'm so sorry. But anyway, so we walked by them, and one of my friends had a little, do you hear that? I don't know what that is. I think it's a car. Anyways. So we had walked by them, and one of my friends had a little one-night stand and whatnot with the girl who Snapchatted me. And so we walked by her, and she goes, "Hey, Matthew," like, in, like, a really, like, girly, like, "Oh my god, fuck me, daddy," like, a voice. I'm sorry. You know. And me being the little petty ass I was, because of how mad I was, from, like, all of the guys, I, like, leaned back as we were walking up the stairs, and I go, "He don't like you 'cause you ugly," and then just keep walking. And so, yeah, we walk up the stairs, we talked for, like, a second, and then we all, like, headed to class, and I walked to class every day with this one guy, and we, like, walked up the stairs, and we passed the bathrooms, and I was like, "Hey, like, I have to pee before class, like, I'm gonna go pee, you can go to class, like, I'll meet you there." And he was like, "Okay," and he, like, went to class, and I went in the bathroom, fucking plopped my ass down in one of the toilets, like, literally in my jeans, and all, just, like, sat down and just got on my phone and was just, like, scrolling through Instagram, through Tumblr, through, like, anything, because I knew I could not go to class at that second because of how mad I was. Like, I was like, it is fine, like, I will sit here, I will regain my cool, and I will go get a tardy pass, and I will go back to class. And so I sat in the bathroom, the bell rung, like, 20 minutes of class had gone by, and I was like, I'm too mad, like, I can't go to class, like, I just need to leave school. And so I walked out of the bathroom, snuck my way out, and left. And I called my mom on the way. I decided that I wanted to go to the library and read for a little bit, because the library is, like, my happy place. I fucking love the library. We stan the library. And so I wanted to go to the library to read for, like, a little bit, to, like, maybe calm myself down a little bit better than my phone was doing. And so on the way there, I was, like, called my mom, and I was like, "Hey, I just left school, like, I couldn't be there, like, I was so mad, like, da da da." And she was like, "Well, like, come to my school, like, explain, like, talk to me about it and stuff." And so I was just like, okay. And so, like I said, like, I went to the library before I went there, because I was like, I'm gonna chill the fuck out before I go and see my mom, because I don't want to, like, lash out on her and, like, be a bitch for something she didn't do, you know? And so I went to the library, I sat down, and I started reading, and I read, like, maybe, like, a page in the book I was reading. And I like, read, like, a page, and I was like, I just can't do this, like, I need to just not be here either, like, I am just too mad for everything. And so I went to my mom's school, and, like, I explained to her what had happened and what was happening, and I got so mad, and, like, they made me so mad that, like, I have, like, heart problems. My heart, like, does weird shit and, like, fucks up all the time, and, like, I don't know if that has, like, if it's, like, in relation with my passing out esque things or whatnot, but yeah. And so, too many problems, bitch, so many problems. So yeah, sometimes when I get, like, super, super mad, or, like, really, really scared, or, like, really, really, really excited, or laugh, like, really hard, like, my heart hurts really bad. Like, it hurts to the point where, like, I can't fucking breathe, bitch. And so, or, like, I can breathe, but it just, like, hurts. It just hurts really bad. And so I was, like, telling my mom this and stuff, and she was like, this isn't okay, this isn't healthy for you, like, your heart can't take this, like, this isn't okay. How can we make this better? And so I was like, let me do online school. And so she finally was just like, okay. And so now I'm online school and, like, living my best life. Anyways. And then today. So okay. So Lee had posted this thing on her Finsta, and it said, "Me waiting for a boyfriend." And it was, like, a picture of her, like, sitting like this or something like that, where she was just, like, chilling. And so, and then the caption was, "Me waiting for a boyfriend." And in my head, I was like, I like made a joke to myself and was like, but you were too emotionally unstable for the last one, because that's what she said when she broke up with Eli. I don't know if I said that or not. And so, and then I told Eli about it, and like the comment that I wanted to post to go with it, or the comment that I wanted to post on the picture, and he was just like, do it, no balls. Or he said, please do it, I think. And so I was like, okay. And so I posted it, and it said, but you were too emotionally unstable for the last one, with like that emoji. And then she responded back with, actually, I got too annoyed with the type. That's why I dropped you and him. With the type. What's the type? What? And then I said, honey, you didn't drop me. You accused me of wanting your sloppy seconds, and I said fuck you for that, because I was your friend for 12 fucking years, and if you still think I would do that, then you clearly have trust issues, and I don't fuck with people like that. And yeah. And then she posted this video. Is this the video?
All I have to say is don't come for me or my name again, because you will get popped. Thank you. Anyone who's keeping up with the Kardashians today who would like to know what's going on in my life.
Give me 2 seconds.
Post that I said looking for a boyfriend, saying, but you were too emotionally unstable for a boyfriend at the time, and that was because I didn't want it, because he was too fucking clingy. And I was like, that's why I dropped him and you. And then she wants to continue going after I blocked her ass because I'm not dealing with the bullshit. Continues to talk shit through my main account. And I just went off because she wants to be a fucking bitch and come around all of a sudden. And then she's like, I told her to bring my stuff for one. And she was like, well, I don't go to public school anymore. And I said, well, I'm sorry because I don't pay attention to irrelevant bitches like you. So that's not my fault. And then wants to claim that I stole her shit because she took me to Lexington, but she wanted to take me to Lexington so she could see a guy to turn her down. Thank you. Welcome to my TED Talk. Anyone who's keeping... all I have to say is don't come for me.
Yeah, and then someone said something on it. What does it say? Oh my god, what the hell? I'm just reading this, and some other girl that we used to like spend the night with and stuff in 8th grade said, this is gold, LOL, she probably still has some of my clothes too. Why does everyone think I steal their fucking clothes when I don't steal their fucking clothes? But yeah. So she was talking about something else in that, and I'm gonna read those comments now too. When she said, I was starting shit on my Insta too. The thing where I said, the like, honey, you didn't drop me, like, I wasn't able to post that because after she posted the thing about me, she blocked me, so I couldn't see any of those other videos. Like, I had people send them to me being like, what the fuck is going on, and me being like, I don't know, and then her being like, then them being like, oh my god, this bitch is crazy, and I was like, I know, why do you think we're not friends anymore? And so yeah, I posted the picture of what I had said back, and then I added her and said, since you want to block me again, I need to get this off my chest because I don't steal other girls' boyfriends or even ex-boyfriends because I'm not that shallow. Thank you for coming to my TED rant. And then, oof, all of these comments came about. Give me 2 seconds. Okay. So I said that about, like, not stealing her boyfriend and stuff, and then she said, but you stole my clothes? Like, that emoji. And then I said, what clothes? I'm not a thief, LOL. If I need clothes, I just ask my parents. You're too preppy for my style anyways. And she said, well, for one, you still have my green long-sleeve American Eagle crop top with that emoji. And I said, and last time I checked, I let you borrow my clothes when I drove all the way to Lexington on my dime, and you never gave them back, so, I'm not the thief here. And then she said, I'll bring them tomorrow if I can get mine back. And I said, bring them where, question mark, question mark. And then she said, to school maybe, question mark. And then I said, if you haven't noticed, I don't go there, laugh my ass off. And then she said, oh, Oh, and then she commented something up. These comments literally went like all over the place. Anyways, and then this one says, or Thursday, I don't care, I just it back. And then I said, I'm not in public school. If you want your shit, you can come to my house and get it. I'm done wasting gas money on your ass. And she said, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't realize because I don't pay attention to irrelevant people. My bad. And then I said, yeah, because if someone isn't a cheerleader or has something to offer you, you don't give a shit about them. You are the definition of a bitchy high school cheerleader. Which is true. She doesn't. And then on that thing where I posted the, like, long, like, letter thing, I posted videos back to what she said.
I just want to clear the air because Lexi likes to talk a lot of shit.
Oh, that just said her name.
I want to talk a lot
Honestly,
of shit
I don't care.
when she's talking more shit, so I'm just gonna clear the air. Me and Ethan never had sex. We never
that said his name
never
too.
hooked up. We
I don't
never
care.
did
We're still
anything
friends.
like that because we're good people, and we wouldn't do that to her no matter how bitchy she is or no matter how fucking mad we are at her. Like, we wouldn't do that because we are good people, and that would be a fucking shitty thing for us to do on our part. So, like, also, how am I the whore, Lexi, when, like, how many guys have you hooked up with at Carolina games and, like, can't even remember your body count because you were that fucked up that you don't remember who or how many guys you had sex with? But I'm the whore. I'm the whore. Definitely the whore. Like, you're just such a fucking saint, Lexi. Like, you never open your legs. You never hook up with guys. No. But I'm the whore. Also, Lexi, that one day, I didn't leave school crying. I left school fucking stomping out of that bitch and fucking pissed and huffing and puffing because you and Molly made me that fucking pissed and literally gave me heart pains because I was that fucking pissed. And I had to leave because I knew that if I would have seen one of you bitches in the hallways, I would have fucking smacked a bitch. And I wasn't trying to get expelled for two fucking irrelevant, lame-ass, fucking shit-talking-ass bitches like you. So, yeah, I didn't leave crying. I didn't go to the library crying. I went to the library pissed as fuck because of you. Because you think that me and Ethan had sex when we literally didn't. I'm so confused. Like, please tell me when we had sex. Like, maybe I'll apologize for it. But, like, I don't get, like, fucked up and have sex with guys like you do. So I actually remember, like, my body count and remember everyone that I've been with. Because I don't have sex when I'm fucked up. Maybe you should do that.
Don't have sex when you're fucked up, kids. One more.
So, I only posted that comment because I was telling someone about it and told them how funny I thought it would be if I posted it. And I overall didn't post it because I knew it would start shit. And then when I told that person about it, they said, please post it. And so I did as they wished. I posted it. And, like, you easily just could have taken it as, like, a joke. You could have, like, deleted it. You could have blocked me. Like, you could have done so much other shit than, like, continuing to, like, talk shit. But, like, you're also being petty because you're still keeping it going and still posting shit to your page. And acting like I wouldn't find out. Like, bitch, I have so many people that literally have come to me and, like, been like, oh my god, this bitch is crazy as fuck, talking about you because of what you posted. So, yeah, you're a crazy bitch, I guess. Everyone thinks that now, so, like, good job.
So, yeah. That's the end of the story. I know it was so fucking long. It was so fucking everywhere. I bounced around to so many different things. Yeah, some tips of advice for people who may be going through the same thing with friends that have been friends for a really long time and now they're being bitches. Don't feel bad for having to cut someone off, even if you've been friends for years and years and years. You're doing it in your best interest, and you honestly don't need them. Like, as much as you think that you need them and as much as you think that you need their friendship, you don't. You can find so many better friends out there who actually care about you, who actually are down for you, who actually don't think that you're gonna hook up with their friends, who will hook up with their boyfriends, who actually trust you and stuff. If someone is doing shit like saying that you hooked up with their boyfriend or fucking not bringing you around their boyfriend because they think that you're going to steal him, just leave. Just leave. You are going to save yourself so much trouble in the long run. Just leave. And also, if you are going through a point in time, like I kind of explained in the beginning of the video about when I was like a loner and whatnot, like don't feel bad about being a loner. Like, being a loner, honestly, is awesome as fuck. You're never in drama. You do whatever the fuck you want to do. You don't have to worry about anybody else. You just, your own company is your best company, is what I'm trying to say. So, yeah. I'm gonna end this now, though, because this video was already 45 minutes long, and it did not need to be that long. So if you did stick around and watch this whole thing and are still here, thank you for enjoying what I'm talking about. Or not, maybe you just think I'm an annoying ass bitch. But, like, I think I'm an annoying ass bitch, so, yeah. Anyways, I'm going to end this here, and, yeah. It's not stopping. Love that.